Could you imagine eating something that was so bad, that was so forbidden, you had to eat it undercover as if to hide your shame from God? So sit back and relax. I'm gonna go through some of the most forbidden foods that piqued my interest. No particular order. It's just very interesting because I feel like every culture has its own forbidden food, but it's kind of interesting to see, who thought of, some of them, like, who thought of eating the first banana? Okay, let's get real. It looks odd, did they eat the peel and all? And it was like, so let's get into it. It's not as it's more extreme than a banana. So just gonna warn you, if you're kind of sensitive around food and maybe insects in your food, maybe this won't be for you. Just throwing it out there. Okay, so we're gonna discuss ortolan. I'm probably butchering that, but there's actually an Anthony Bourdain video where he actually eats ortolan. So we're going to France for this one. Ortolan are little birds, and they raise them in darkness inside a barrel half full of flowers. So they're basically kind of, kept confined, which is like really horrible, like sad. When they're old enough, they fill the barrel with brandy, and unfortunately they can't swim. So yeah, then they cook them in the oven and serve them. But when you eat ortolan, it is customary to cover your head with a big napkin or like a sheet of sorts, to hide yourself from the sight of God, because y'all know that's not right. Like, it's to hide yourself from the shame. Let's just not eat the birds like that. Let's just not. Next one is fugu. I personally think it would be interesting to try it. Apparently it makes your lips tingle. So one of the most dangerous fish in the world. It can literally kill you if not prepared correctly. So Japanese master with fugu has to go through a lot of training. They actually keep the discarded organs, the poison, in a lockbox. That's how serious it is. They have very tight, strict regulations. As for the flavor, apparently it's all right. It's more of the thrill of eating it, and supposedly it's an aphrodisiac. So it's the whole mystique and the thrill. It is a delicacy as well. So they have something called a tetrodotoxin. A toxin. So it's 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide. So less than a pin-sized amount is enough to kill a man. So yeah, apparently the lip tingles and the numbness is normal, but it's also normal when you're succumbing to the poison. So I guess that's part of the thrill. It's like bungee jumping, I guess, with fish instead of ropes. Would I try it? Maybe. I don't mind sushi. I don't mind sashimi. Yeah, maybe if it was like presented. I heard it's like super expensive, so I don't know if I'd go out of my way to order one, but yeah, I would put it on let's give it a whirl. Why not? The next one is kazumatsu. Kazumatsu. It's a Sardinian cheese. Its name actually translates to rotting cheese. Look, I'm a cheese lover. I am a cheese fan, but we draw the line at this. So it is the product of larvae-driven fermentation. So get this. It's also illegal and outlawed. Cheesemakers initiate the process. This is like, if they still do it, it's very like low-key secret. They cut a small hole in a wheel of sheep's milk cheese that's not processed. So it's basically ripe cheese, almost like farmer's cheese or cottage cheese type of thing. And then leave it outside. You know, in the outside. Yeah. So flies. There's a specific fly. I have the name written down. It is, and I'm gonna ruin it. Piophilia casei. Whatever. A fly slips through the openings and they lay their eggs. It gets worse. It gets worse. So the larvae hatch, you know, as they do, and they have an abundance of lovely cheese, and they're eating. And you know what happens when you eat a lot? What goes in must come out. So their secretions and excretions break down the cheese's fats and proteins, resulting in a apparently pleasant, soft, and creamy texture that has a little zip. No, okay. Like I said, I love my cheese, but we have limits, and this is the limit. You know, I'd rather have cheese from a can, like the spray cheese, all my life than have this ever. Like, or just go without cheese. If I had a choice I had to make, we're not doing this. Oh, so the last one I have, it's pretty interesting because I've had this once prepared in St. Lucia. So I know it's not like a real, it's more famous in Jamaica, I believe, but it's also grown in the tropics. It's the ackee fruit, right? So when it's unripe, ackee contains high levels of a toxin called, I wrote this down too. This is me getting scientific here. Hypoglycine A. So what does this toxin do to you? It disrupts blood glucose production and increases hyperglycemia. You can also fall into a coma. You can have seizures. It is not a good time. It's not a good time. So yeah, coma, death from this fruit. The importation of raw ackee fruit has been banned within North America by the FDA since about 1973. So they're pretty serious. I know when you bring goods over from holiday or travel and they have the declaration, but you know, fruits and vegetables coming back and forth and meats and whatnot are pretty much banned without proper documentation. And you know, sometimes it's like, I don't see the harm, and sometimes it's like you don't know what it can do. Like this cooked is great, but raw will wreck you. So yeah, those are some of these forbidden foods. There's a lot more on the list. I chose to do the ones that aren't as talked about. I mean, okay, fugu, everyone, you know, even the Simpsons did it, you know. Yeah, I want to see some ones that kind of caught my interest and said, would I try it? Oh, I think only the fugu I'd try, honestly. Oh, well, the ackee, I've had it with saltfish. It's beautiful. It's delicious. Not raw. All right, so let me know what your forbidden foods are. Maybe you have a cultural forbidden food. Maybe there's something where you're from that's shunned or banned. I mean, we all know that certain foods are banned in Europe, like Mountain Dew. I found out when I was looking through things, Mountain Dew is banned because of the dye and the low sperm count thing. I like Mountain Dew. I don't have to worry about a low count. Yeah. Okay, we'll put that out there. So as always, if you were entertained, if you were tickled, if you were grossed out, whatever, share, like, subscribe, check out the link tree. We got some deals off. I have some brands there, and I'll get more into it. I'll make a little brand video, I guess. Yeah. Say hi to me on socials. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Insta. Yeah. All right. So like I said, reach out, say hi, and keep on creeping on. Till next time.